Originally there was three of us that started Skippers. And actually we didn't start it, but we bought a little place here on the corner. We were three ex-Air Force guys. We all ran into each other up in Alaska. Long story short, we bought the place and basically figured we'd keep it for 5 years, build it up, and flip it and go off and do something else. Well, hello. 7 5-year cycles ago is when we had that 5-year plan, Our dream was to just make this place, because we all traveled all over the world in the Air Force, and our dream was just to make this place, really cool and really unique and unlike any place else that you could go in town. And so we basically poured our heart and souls into it. We just became enamored with the whole thing and just kind of addicted to the whole, people coming in and going, oh wow, man, this is really cool. And even to this day, it goes where I've got now 3 generations of people will come in.
We are the children of the
The first time I'd ever heard about Skippers, my parents brought me here when I was probably 11, and I tried to sneak my dog in. It didn't go over so well, but we tried again, and we came, and I remember as a young girl loving the live music and the Christmas lights and the colors. My favorite night at Skippers is Thursday night, and it's crazy because I was raised a Grateful Dead fan. I didn't appreciate them until I saw Uncle John's band. They kill it.
Mike Edwards, I'm the bass player for Uncle John's band. I am the only original member left. Formed it in 1989 with my 2 brothers and our good friend Jim Fagan. And I got the call from these guys saying, you guys want to pick this thing up? And we started in September '98 and just never lost momentum. It has been a thrill for 18 years and 4 months. I feel very fortunate in this area that I could find 6 guys that would want to play fully Grateful Dead and play it with the emotion that they do. To me, it's a gift. It really is. I love this stuff. 60 years old, I can't imagine too many people at that age that are still fulfilling their hearts with that stuff. And I feel never goes past me how much I think it's a wonderful thing. If the secret of life is your avocation is your vocation, and there it is right there. Do what you love to do and get paid for it. The feeling of Skipper Smokehouse has never diminished to me. He's also, kept a level of music at Skipper's over the years that people know that if they come here on any given night, they'll see something that is entertaining. You don't see any bands in this place that don't belong here.
We kind of tried to stay off-center. A lot of the other big blues acts and big rocks and big reggae acts, we get them on the way up and on the way down. We were doing Buddy Guy, he is the main top blues guy in the world probably. He'd come in here and he'd play a couple of sets for like $1,500. Now you can't get him for $100,000. Just this stuff that's on the wall here is just, this is probably the 2nd or 3rd generation of posters that have been up there. We're very honored to have a lot of those people have them come by here, played for us.
They do many, many events with WMNF, which makes it a really, really receptive thing because MNF is a strong pull.
WMNF is a listener-supported, independent community radio station. We don't have any commercials. We're funded by listener donations. Well, it's interesting because WMNF signed on the air in September of 1979, and then Skippers opened up on September of 1980. So we've kind of been joined at birth. Although I don't think the station did an event at Skippers until maybe about 1988. And we found that our audience enjoyed Skippers, and a lot of them already went to Skippers, and so we had instantly kind of a good relationship. Our events help us because it becomes kind of like a public meeting place for the listeners. Where everybody can come together and meet each other, people who share their values, who share their interests. The station becomes not just a station that plays the kind of music I like, but it becomes a station that shares values with listeners, where we stand for peace and social justice and environmental concerns and women's and minority concerns. I think Skippers, because of the way it's so laid back and unique and kind of handmade almost, related to a lot of the values that our listeners have.
The ownership, management, staff are all on board with the ethos here.
We try to, like, just operate from the heart. You got to take care of the pocketbook too, because you got to make ends meet. You got to make the mortgage payment and what have you. But that's, I think, probably our overall philosophy here. Keep it a family type place.
Thank you for dancing. That's how you stay young, y'all. That's how you stay young, dancing like this right there.